Oh, did you turn it on?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you realize I'll do like, hi. Have the old senior moment. Like, is it working at all? I don't know.
I hope I got it. Let me see.
It should be like right out her belly. Like, oh, well, this is
Right?
what happened.
It's just boob shots. We're doing a whole boob interview.
Sad things, but
It's okay. The only thing holding me is baby's up in this bra, so let's be real. All right.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lady M, also known as Lace from Monster Music. I'm here with the beautiful and always talented Bo from MoRo.
Hey! Hey, thanks for having me on here. This is awesome. I'm really excited. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so Bo,
Yeah.
how'd you get your start?
Well, my mom and my dad loved each other. They had sexual relations. They banged, and I'm here. And then fast forward, I wanted to be in radio, and I emailed people, and they let me on. I guess in radio or like what aspect? Did you mean in life?
You gave us the very like rush version. So
Yeah.
in radio, what was your interest in radio? What you did?
When I was like 8 years old, my mom was really big into winning radio stuff. She was like, what like I would come out, which is terrible. It's a horrible, horrible name. Christ sakes. There's people that are like obsessed with winning things. My mom was kind of like that. And she had too many mimosas, and no, just
What's your drink, by the way?
yeah. Oh, they're delicious, right?
Yes,
This is her first time having a mimosa.
time,
Before we get
amazing.
yeah, cheers. Cheers, nice. But no, what I wanted to do is I wanted to get into radio after my mom won a contest. I think she won tickets for us to go watch Batman Forever, which I don't know, I love that movie to this day. But we got the chance to meet the DJs there, and they were super cool. And I was like, wow, I'm meeting you guys in person. I hear you on the radio all the time. And I don't know, I kind of just wanted to do it. I was always calling in, requesting songs, and I wanted to know how it worked. Because sometimes I'd hear my voice and sometimes I wouldn't. And I just developed an interest. When I got older, it kind of faded out. I got into other things. But then probably about 2011, I was really feeling like I needed a change in my life. I was doing, I was in the massage therapy field, but I knew I wanted to do more entertaining. I just felt it in my bones that I wanted to just entertain. So I just started emailing places and trying to figure out, Googling, researching everything on how to get into radio. I was going to go into a radio broadcasting school in Denver, but it just didn't work out. So I ended up staying here, and I just emailed some stations that I liked. At the time, X1039 was still around. It was an alternative station. And I emailed them like at 3 in the morning, and they responded the next morning saying, yeah, come in for an interview. And then it was, all uphill really from there.
It's history.
Yeah, the rest is history, really. So yeah, they were way cool to give me a chance. They had no idea who I was. They just knew I was energetic, enthusiastic about the job. So. Bands that have gotten to talk to and interview, oh my god. Ugh. There's so many. It's so weird. Get ready to pick up your feet because we're about to name drop a lot. My first interview ever, like legit interview, was with Dan Arbach from the Black Keys, which, I always hear rumors and stories of people being certain ways during the interview, and some people told me that he was the most difficult person to interview. He was the sweetest guy ever. Like, he was super patient and calm with me. I was brutally honest and said, hey, it's my first time, and I'm a little nervous, and he was super nice about it. He was really cool. I've got to interview a lot of comedians now that I'm doing a morning show. I've had a lot of people come through. Got Jason Mewes, interviewing the guys from Super Troopers, Burt Kreischer, Ari Shaffir, Jeremy Piven, Chris Hardwick. There's so many. I mean, and a lot of those people are my heroes that I love listening to comedy-wise. But as far as bands go, I mean, God, so many. Not as many like heavy rock bands that I would like to, but because I'm doing alternative music now. But it's still a lot of fun, just because you're getting to know these people and what they're like. Yeah.
How is it when you like some of your students that you have to interview that you look to or that you How was that? How was that keeping it under control?
Oh no, it's a shit
Standing
show.
right.
Oh, it's a shit show. I'm pretty sure I've crapped myself like 3 times, and they walked out disgusted, so it's fine. No, but I just have to remember, like, hey, this is not about me. Like, it's for everyone else listening, but I still need to make it as fun and as exciting for them as it is for me. And, you know, I just try to relate with them and just have a simple conversation on everyday life. And of course, you know, when you're interviewing them, they're there for a purpose. They're promoting something, a show, you know, a special they got coming out, a song or an album they got coming out. So I try to incorporate all that, but still try to keep it friendly and light. So, yeah.
The MoRo show. For
Yes.
some people, they do other people sit down. About the MoRo show in the morning?
So the Mo Show is a morning show that I do on Alt AC 93.3. Check it out; it's kind of awesome. It's on from 5:30 to 10, and it's I mean, it's more about the music than anything. I get some talk periods in between, but I really try to incorporate the things that I like. Specifically with this segment I call Nerdgasm, where it's more about the pop culture, nerdy things in life right now. I mean, a lot of it comes down to, you know, these superhero movies and stuff, but there's other things going on too that I really enjoy. You know, science, technology, massive field things that people would also like pop culture-wise too. So, yeah. No, not at all. No, can I ask you something?
Yes.
What started your this whole thing for you? Like doing interviews. What got you into it?
What got me into it was knowing that not a lot of people actually go out and have heard about bands and interact with things, and I wanted to bring something a little bit different than just your average, hey, this is a band that I interviewed. I want to show there's some cool aspects of things. You know, if it wasn't for radio and then you're going to said, hey, listen to this. This is something new that came out of this band or not. You wouldn't have some of the stuff you have now. And there's a lot more to it. Like when you go to a show, you have people that are there setting up and it's good to have bring something to the table that shows all aspects of everything. And this is one of them. This is why I was coming in and I wanted to bring something new to the table and shows people that it's not just there's more to it than just whatever happens.
Right. There's a lot of behind the scenes actions that happen that we're unaware of, and sometimes I feel like those behind the scenes actions make better stories than what you see on stage or wherever they're presenting themselves. And I don't know, there's a lot of good stories that come out of that. I mean, even interviewing like tour managers and stuff can get crazy because you can hear some shit. And I think that's something that I would want to do too, is just like getting more on that side of it.
Wild nights and tour buses.
Yeah, oh my god. Or like
the worst.
I mean, I talked to some local tour managers here that like work with some bands and whatnot, and I've heard some stories about some of these bands that I've interviewed before. And you know, you're just like, how the hell are they keeping it together? But they just do. I mean, it's part of the job. You're basic for at least tour managers. They're basically parents. They're nannies. They're babysitting. But it's still, but not for everyone. Some bands can totally manage themselves and are really like good with that. But my favorites are the shit shows.
It's a good something to talk about.
Yeah, really.
Not in a mean way. Well, maybe.
Oh no, she totally means in a mean
Yeah.
way. She's judging. She's had a mimosa, people. We're talking about that.
Alcohol brings up truth.
Oh, that's funny.
So what do you have planned on that revising the future?
I mean, I was telling you earlier a little bit that I always have so many different ideas and creative things I want to do. Like, obviously my main focus is always going to be the Mo Show because that's my bread and butter. That's what's making me money. And that's what I love doing. But outside of that, I really want to incorporate other aspects of my life that I enjoy doing. I love playing video games. And so I'd like to bring more of my life into the streaming world. I should have been doing this a long time ago. And I started a long time ago, but for some reason I got so involved with doing the show that I didn't, I was more focused on that than the other things I do. Now that I have the show down on lock, I can start focusing on those other aspects. So on top of streaming actually we're streaming at the station, video game streaming. So I want to bring bands in, kind of like you know, providing a different aspect of their lives. Fans or comedians that love video game streaming and will play something with me, and we'll either do like a mini interview or whatever, just kind of talking about life and what we love and hate about a video game. I have that going on that I'm working on. Another thing is, a while back I was doing a video webcast called Let's Talk About It, where I would go and I would eat tacos with some cool local people at some local restaurants. But I was the only one doing everything, and it was a lot of work. You're chopping it down. I mean, you're doing all this. You're chopping it down. You're making sure the audio is good. You're asking all the questions. There's a lot of time you put into it. And for everything else I was doing for the show or for my job, I just didn't have enough time. But now that I have a little bit more ground, I have some friends to help me out. I have a co-host now. I could get them involved to do a Let's Talk About It podcast, or something that you could still videotape but also put out on a podcast. You know what I mean? So just those things, and I mean, ice cream trucks, and there's so many ideas. I want to get a candle of me as Lady Guadalupe. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Can't you just see it? Okay. Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Yeah. I love it. I just, if you got a creative mind, you just got to keep going with it. And the hard part is getting those ideas out into the world. It's good to write it down, vision board that shit, but at the same time, you got to make sure that you put it into play. You start lighting those matches to get that fire going. Yeah, for sure. Get that pot cooking.
What would you have to say to anyone that wants to go into creative video? What advice would you have to give?
Just probably, the advice I would have to give to people that are doing radio, or that want to jump into radio, I would say you're probably going to work for free a lot, and if you're really determined to do on-air stuff, you got to start. I'm a firm believer in working your way up the ladder. So you got to start from the bottom. In radio, you need to earn respect. I mean, just in any entertainment aspect, you have to earn respect to get to where you want to go. And once enough people really start seeing what you're doing, it'll build you up. When I got into radio, I started as an intern to a promotions assistant. So basically, I have people telling me how to hand out stickers, how to set up a tent, how to talk to people, how to give out flyers, and try and get them to come back to the table and hang out with us. And then from there, got a job in promotions where now I'm telling those people what to do. And then I wanted to do, my ultimate goal was to have a morning show. So the climb there, I mean, I'm glad I did what I did to get to where I'm at. And I've gained a lot of friends because of it too. Excuse me. That's also another talent that got me hired onto the station.
So you got to burp.
Yeah,
One of them.
you got to burp. You got to be really good at that. You got to do it in front of a lot of people, especially at this crate bar. I've got dirty looks already.
That's amazing food, by the way.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, check out this crate bar place. It's over in Tempe. Shout out. Rule and Elliot. I'm pretty sure that's what my Google Maps said. Pretty confident.
I got lost. I got the parking lot across the street. Like, where is it? I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. But no, this place is really good. But, just work your way up and ask questions. Ask how things work. Even on the commercial side of things, like it's separate from actual radio and the sales side of things too. There's so many different aspects besides just being on the air that you can get into in that field. But the point is to just stay focused and determined on what you want. And that could go for anything in entertainment. So, does that make sense?
It makes perfect
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if I had too many mimosas, and I was like, maybe she's
maybe,
just rattling.
maybe I'm just right there. Like, never had one, tastes great. Kind of growing with it.
I'm so proud of you right now. We're learning. We're growing together as people.
So, Mom, you're going to have to come pick me up.
That's all right. I'll drive her halfway. It's fine. It's good. Probably shouldn't after this mimosa, but that's okay.
So, what do you have coming up this week on the show?
This week on the show coming up, what do I have? The comedian that I have coming in is Asif Manvi. He was on The Big Sick. He was on The Daily Show back when Jon Stewart was doing it. He's become more of an actor, and now he's on a series of unfortunate events. So, comedian actor going to be stopping by. He'll be at Tempe Improv. And I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I think I have Eric Andre coming in. I have Mitch Fatel coming in. He's super awesome. And then for the Mo Show, I'm also trying to grow that too. My big staples are Nerdgasm and Facepalm News, but I'm trying to do more daily features and get the crowd more involved. I think the thing that people love the most, from what I've heard, is this game I play called What's in My Box. And, you know, once a week I clean out my box and you got to figure out what it is. And if you figure it out, you get something. You know, it's not chlamydia, it's prizes.
It's the clap.
Yeah, it's a clap. Oh, I should put the clapper in there. That would be hilarious. Oh, man. Ideas. You help me with that. I'm shouting you out.
Well,
yeah.
anything else you want to say?
Honestly, I am excited to see how far you go with this, and excited what you end up doing with this, with everything that you're doing. And I'm curious to see how many people hate this episode.
It's the very first one. Please be gentle.
I mean, just because of me, not because of her, because Lace is fantastic. She's super awesome.
It's the mimosas talk.
No, it's true story. We were sitting here before we did this interview, and we're just kind of bullshitting about life and all the fun things. And also, I think she should make it a podcast about small town living, because it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on near Quartzsite at that gas station. You could probably be like The Office. Yeah, you'd be like The Office. You could be like the Michael Scott of Quartzsite. I like that.
It's a cute place.
Yes.
But it's not for everybody.
It is not for everybody, but
Really
it's
hot.
What do you have coming up?
Well, outside of this, I have more reviews coming up. I actually will be covering the Rob Zombie Marilyn Manson show that's going to be here.
Very cool.
I'm also going to be covering it back at Joe's Grotto again for Pot of Burning Bounty in September. Basically, interviews. I have some others in September towards the end, but I'm not going to announce that until we get a little bit closer.
Okay.
Heavier is a big one.
Yeah.
Stuff that I'm excited about, which I'll probably be just as nervous as I am today.
No,
if not more.
If anything,
will help.
she's definitely going to be a lot more nervous with those people, because I'm not important. I'm just a regular person.
She's amazing.
You know, I am curious though, because I'm not sure if everyone else knew, like how you had found out about me. If that makes any sense.
I met Mo a while back.
Yes.
A girl for KUPD.
Yes.
And I was actually there for the Rob Zombie Great American Nightmare. And we both had different colored hair. And that's
Oh my
how
God, yeah.
They're like, hey, I like your hair, I like yours. And
That's
then
always what happens. Anytime you see someone with like awesome colored hair, you're like, I love your hair, I love your hair. And then you start trading all your beauty secrets. And next thing you know, your phone numbers exchange. And I mean, there's so much happening. And
then you're being a creep on Instagram. You know, that's just,
I mean, those are my favorites, but that's fine. But no, I mean, I was just excited when you're like, hey, let me interview you. I was like, me? Okay.
it just brings something different. I want everyone to see that there's, like I said earlier, there's more to it than just
The fame of it, everything.
Yeah, there's more to it. All the glitz and glamour like you have in the house. If there wasn't for you guys putting out different music, a lot of us wouldn't know.
Right.
That's out there. A lot of bands wouldn't really have an outlet to a platform to show their stuff. And I feel like all these are key elements that lead up to the one of the face.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty
You know, not to mention, like, you have a job that you get to interview amazing people, and you know, to me, it's awesome.
And you know what's weird is when I got into radio, I wasn't thinking about that. Didn't even cross my mind until it actually had to happen. I was like, oh shit, I have to talk to people, like not like regular everyday people that I enjoy talking to. I have to talk to famous people that some of them, you know, of course in my mind I'm thinking like some of them are just like ego maniacs or whatever, and most of them are not. They're way cooler than, you know, think. I mean, unless they're much, much older and they've done a lot of crazy stuff. But no, it was definitely not something I thought of. And then when you have to do it, you just do it.
Wise words to my sister, you gotta put on your big girl panties.
You really do.
Done.
Yeah, you really do. I can't even tell you how many times I've been nervous. And sometimes I wonder if you can hear it when I talk about it on the air, or when I'm on the air and I'm doing an interview. You can hear me shaky in my voice, or sometimes I just don't know what questions to ask because I am that nervous. Even though I've prepped, I've already had all of it done, nothing just flows quite right. And it's all about handling your nerves. So I like to take both Percocets before. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just
I do a
kidding.
couple reels. I like to just go in.
Yeah, right?
You know, like,
Go full excitement.
we're gonna wrap it on a heart attack. Great.
Yeah. And with that case, we're going to do a few lives right now. Instead, we're doing better things. Mimosas.
Yes, they're amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm glad you're opening your heart and your mouth to these. Oh, it's so funny.
Well, this has been awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
To everyone out there, please be gentle. It's the first one. Many more to come.
And please, let her know that she's doing fine. Like, she's going to be fine.
Let me know who else you want to see me interview.
That's the most important thing, too. The feedback is always important.
Feedback is crucial, and I appreciate all of that.
Absolutely.
And again, thank you, Mo.
Oh, totally.
This is really awesome. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
First one, nailed it.
I
was pretty nervous. Not gonna lie.
And can we say shout out to Lace too, because she drove all the way out here, and we're in Tempe. She drove all the way out here. I told her I'd meet her halfway, but she wanted to drive out here. So
I didn't want her to go out to the
maybe we need to donate or a GoFundMe for her gas. If you guys can get that going, that'd be great. I told you that.
Well, thank you again.
Absolutely.
You guys out there, thank you, and have a good day.
Cheers.
I was really dreading that it was going to record and I was going to shit myself.
What if it was the opposite way? Or no, it's 360.
It's 360.
Okay.